On the news tonight, over 4,000 newly graduates from Nigerian law schools are called to the bar this year. Senator Natasha Akpotunganda, representing Kogi Central, gains access to her office after 6 months of suspension. Good evening and welcome to Nta Ijebu Ode at 7. I am Fatima Hassan. Thank you for joining us today. The legal profession has continued to expand in terms of the numbers of professionals in Nigeria every year, with the expectations that they will add values and cope with the increasing challenges and dynamics in the justice sector. Correspondent Olabode Arewa report that the latest is the admission of more than 4,000 lawyers who graduated from the law schools in the bar. His report.
The occasion of being called to bar climaxed the journey of a law student, hence explains the joy and happiness by families of graduates. Middle-aged Emmanuel Ogude is one out of more than 4,000 new wigs who just took the oath.
I've always wanted to be a lawyer, and I set a goal for myself that I must achieve it.
They were successful at the June 2025 bar final examinations. Chairman Body of Benchers, who is the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola, advised the new wigs to sustain the hard work and discipline.
I therefore urge you, as lawyers, to always demonstrate the highest level of professional ethics and decorum wherever you find yourself.
On the part of parents, the occasion is a fulfilled dream.
I'm glad. I thank Almighty Allah for today. My daughter, now Barrister Fatima Tukur-Burate, has been called to bar.
My key is that integrity is the key. For you to be a lawyer is integrity.
Though the Council of Legal Education superintends the education of the new wigs, their actual call to the bar is courtesy of the Body of Benchers, Nigeria. From the Body of Benchers building, Abuja, Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
The legal system of any nation determines its diplomatic ties and the inflow of foreign direct investment acquirable to such country. It is in the light of this that the federal government under the present administration is overhauling the justice sector for efficiency and enhance public confidence in the judiciary. Dele Atumbi of our judicial desk reports that stakeholders in the justice sector are putting finishing touches to the final draft of Administration of Criminal Justice Amendment Bill. A nationwide sensitization program on Nigerians' whistleblowing policy aimed at promoting transparency, accountability, and good governance has been launched by the Federal Ministry of Finance in Lagos. Correspondent has the report.
The sensitization program on the whistleblowing policy brought together government officials, anti-corruption agencies, private sector representatives, and other stakeholders to raise public awareness and strengthen the policy's effectiveness. The federal government, through the Presidential Initiative on Continuous Audit, ICA, Nigeria's Federal Ministry of Finance, say the sensitization program is to combat corruption, and through its whistleblowing and special investigation unit seeks to enlighten Nigerians on the power of whistleblowing.
Everybody is a detective. When you see something, say something. And those who are in position to carry out the necessary to stop them, we do it.
We need help. This purpose of, defeating corruption cannot be fought alone.
Representatives of the Lagos State Governor and the Inspector General of Police highlighted the state's commitment to transparency through whistleblowing education and measures to protect whistleblowers.
Use the available platform to report any infractions and to report to the government what they feel that the government is not doing properly.
When they want to blow the whistle or give an intelligence to the police, it shouldn't be information they have discussed with their family member, they have discussed with friends, and they have discussed with their co-worker in the office, because it's certainly going to leak and may put their life in jeopardy.
The whistleblowing initiative promotes accountability and transparency by collaborating with institutions to encourage safe reporting of corruption, embodying the ethos of if you see something, say something. In Lagos, Adejoke Odeka, NTA News.
Prosperity, success, and the acquisition of wealth is the desire of most people. However, most societies fail at the monies and other prosperity obtained through illegal means. In this special report, Olabode Arewa again takes a look at the illicit acquisition of wealth and its negative effect on public good. His report.
The pursuit of progress is the aspiration of peoples in all nations, but when it eludes them, they seek solutions to their challenges. Since independence, Nigeria has embarked on several national development plans, but these have not recorded the envisaged results. Economists finger corruption as the major culprit for this, as money stolen from the public purse is diverted into illicit financial activity. These illicit financial flows, which are movements of illegally earned money to hide their sources, include drug cartels using the profit from drug trade to invest in other sectors, engaging in under-invoicing to evade the payment of taxes, using non-governmental organizations as funds to fund terrorist activities, investing their illicit funds in real estate property, and so on. The International Center for Investigatory Reporting estimates that in Nigeria, at least $18 billion are lost annually to illicit financial transactions. Now, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and other anti-graft agencies have intensified sensitization of Nigerians on how to recognize and report financial crimes in their environments, advocating a register of beneficiary owners of landed property in view of the findings that the sector is being used as a conduit for illicit financial flows.
These international instruments are aimed at tackling the growing incidence of corruption globally, and Nigeria has taken steps to implement recommendations contained therein. The 5 pillars they are set out there: prevention of corruption, public engagement, campaign for ethical orientation, enforcement and sanction, and recovery and management of proceeds of crime.
As part of its anti-corruption efforts, the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Justice, has recovered over $1 billion from corrupt individuals in the last 7 years.
Cybercrime remains one of the most complex and rapidly evolving security challenges of our time. From online frauds to identity theft, ransomware to digital extortion, these crimes transcend borders, operate across multiple jurisdictions.
Experts believe that the most effective way to limit illicit financial flows is to increase financial transparency, along with sustained public support for government's whistleblower initiative to expose economic and financial crimes. Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
You're watching Nta Ijebu Ode at 7. We'll be going on a short break. Please stay tuned.
Oh, what a wonderful world of Sure Clean detergent. Oh yes, you can have a clean and bright wash with Sure Clean. Sure Clean detergent is tough on stains, gentle on your hands, and leaves clothes smelling fresh. Oh see, for clean white and all colors, Sure Clean detergent makes you shine. As you spread it all, you can see the shine of Sure Clean brightness. Now, wear your smile with pride and nothing to hide. Sure Clean detergent makes your family clean and happy. Sure Clean detergent, happiness with every wash.
Are you desiring a future career in nursing science, law, medical laboratory science, public health, accounting, economics, agricultural extension and rural development, criminology and security studies, and other NUC-approved and accredited professional academic programs? If your UTME score 140 and above, then this information is for you. Admission for all these courses is currently ongoing at the Atiba University, Oyo, Nigeria's fastest growing and cost-effective private university. The university is located in the peaceful, serene and secure environment of Oyo Township in Oyo State, Nigeria. Hurry now, admission is in progress. Visit www.atibauniversity.edu.ng to apply, or call any of these numbers: 081-034-94152, 080-385-79822. What are you waiting for? The future is now.
Welcome back from the break and thanks for joining us. Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uganda, representing Kogi Central, has gained access to her office after 6 months of suspension. For the first time, the senator gained access to the National Assembly after the suspension following the unsealing of her office in the early hours of this Tuesday by the Deputy Director of Sergeant at Arms at the National Assembly, Alabi Adedeji. Senator Natasha says she is very happy to return to her office to carry out her legitimate duty as senator representing Kogi Central. National Assembly correspondent Issa Mohammed reported that there is no way any official statement from the leadership of the National Assembly on the position of the suspension and her return to the legislative duties, which is still a matter of court litigations. The shortage of apprentices in skilled crafts is becoming an issue of serious concern as youth who are expected to embrace various trades for self-development are not showing interest in that area of economic development and venture. In this report, Yemindalimo examines this trend and seeks solution to the dearth of apprenticeship in most skilled crafts and vocational businesses in Ogun State. Is the report.
Trend of lack of apprentices is currently affecting Nigeria's skilled trade sector as there is a noticeable lack of young apprentices in various skills and trades including bricklaying, carpentry, tiling, POP fixing, panel beating, painting, electrical installations, mechanics, among others. These artisans are now abandoning their skills for quicker and more lucrative opportunities, creating vacuum in artisanal activities. This development now threatens the continued existence of artisan services as masters in the trade now have no one to pass down the knowledge to, while the few ones still in the trade now charge excessively for their services. Fatai Musaku, whose business has been flourishing in the past with many apprentices, explained that it is now hard to get apprentices because most people want to appear wealthy to gain societal respect.
Everybody wants quick income, quick money. So to learn a craft work for 4-5 years, after 5 years, serve your master for about 1 year or 2 before making money is a long process, and most youths are not ready to go through that process.
Most of the youths, they are not ready to hustle, to do something that will inconvenience them to earn something, to earn money.
Some youths explain that instead of apprenticeship, they prefer to embark on ventures that instantly provide resources for their personal needs.
Though handwork is also important and essential, but I think the school life is the best. So I either go into school, face the school life challenges, learn what I want to learn.
Learning handwork or handcrafts nowadays for our youth, they need encouragement from their parents and their peer groups, because this is something that will last long with them, within them, and it's something that they can use to boost their own lifestyle generally. And another thing is the government should always come to their aid, whether through grants or any empowerment program they can do for them.
Observers say the solution to this growing problem is a multifaceted approach which includes promoting the value of vocational training, improving the quality and accessibility of apprenticeships, and raising awareness about the diverse career paths available in skilled crafts. Skills-based education also offers more than an alternative to traditional schooling. It provides a practical solution to one of Nigeria's most pressing challenges, which is youth unemployment. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
Nigeria's livestock industry is fast gaining tracks through public-private partnerships with resilience and climate-smart industry to compete favorably with global livestock giants. Minister of Livestock Development, Indi Mukhtar, stated this at the 2025 National Livestock Transformation Dialogue. Yusuf Jika completed the report.
Federal government livestock transformation initiatives are reasons for this assemblage of experts to deepen partnerships that align with national development priorities. The intervention, which is private sector driven, is aimed at equipping workforce with transformative tools to face the challenges bedeviling the sector's growth.
A country with this potential need to use this potential, not stay in the potential forever.
We are doing things that are not common or are not in line with the international standard. of which we can, as a nation, this is the right time. We have to do the right thing.
Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Meha, said the current transformation agenda being experienced in the sector is powered by climate-smart approach.
Imagine meat produced in a climate-smart grazing reserve in Kau, processed in a world-class abattoir in Abuja, and appearing on supermarket shelves in Lagos, Accra, Johannesburg, and London. This is the ecosystem we are building.
Some of our farmers have already invested in improved herds, but despite their efforts, this result remains underwhelming.
High point of the dialogue was the unveiling of Abyss Academy, established to facilitate transfer of knowledge in Nigeria's livestock industry. In Abuja, Yusuf Jika, NTA News.
That's all we have for you tonight on our English update. Join us tomorrow for more interesting stories. I am Fatima Hassan.
Oh, what a wonderful world of SureClean detergent. Oh yes, you can have a clean and bright wash with SureClean. SureClean detergent is tough on stains, gentle on your hands, and leaves clothes smelling fresh. Oh see, for clean white and all colors, SureClean detergent makes you shine. As you spread it all, you can see the shine of SureClean brightness. Now, wear your smile with pride and nothing to hide. SureClean detergent makes your family clean and happy. SureClean detergent, happiness with every wash.
Are you desiring a future career in nursing science, law, medical laboratory science, public health, accounting, economics, agricultural extension and rural development, criminology and security studies, and other NUC-approved and accredited professional academic programs? If your UTME score 140 and above, then this information is for you. Admission for all these courses is currently ongoing at the Atiba University, Oyo, Nigeria's fastest growing and cost-effective private university. The university is located in the peaceful, serene, and secure environment of Oyo Township in Oyo State, Nigeria. Hurry now. Admission is in progress. Visit www.atibauniversity.edu.ng to apply. Or call any of these numbers: 081-034-94152, 080-385-79822. What are you waiting for? The future is now.